welcome back to another episode of Campton Racing TV. We've actually got a quiet week this weekend with just the one runner, Silver Warrior at the Gold Coast. He'll be stepping out in the Class 1 over 1540.
Yep, he will. Hopefully he can make it back-to-back. He was very impressive to break his maiden a couple of weeks back. Was going to maybe race him today at Ipswich, but probably the wet surface. I'm just unsure about how he would handle that, so that's why I've opted to take him back to the surface that I know he works and races well on. He's a nice horse. I think he's definitely got Saturday grade Metro in time. Still trying to work out if he, might run 2,000 and beyond. Still learning about him each and every start, but his work since this win has you've noticed a bit of confidence about the horse. And his work on Tuesday was really, really good. He's a nice horse, and I'm really keen on him. I think he should, win pretty comfortably again off the way he's been going. But it's up to him to go and do it again. Hopefully, he can make it back to back.
And Noel's suspended.
Yeah, so Noel's suspended. So Carl, it's been Carl's horse sort of the whole prep, but he just hasn't been able to be able to ride it just due to acceptances and times and all sorts of things. But he gets his chance on him. On Saturday, deserves an opportunity on the horse. He's a great worker, Carl. He's a good guy. He works closely with our team every morning. He knows the horse very well as well. So he's ready to rock and roll the horse, and I'm hoping race 1, number 1, we can get it done.
And on Wednesday, we headed out to Bow Desert to the jump outs, which was great, obviously being out on the grass there. We had 5 go around.
Yep.
Happy with them all?
Yeah, very happy. Beauty Legacy, he's obviously had that little let up since his first up run. There was excuses behind that run. I just put a pen straight through it. His jump out the other day was incredible. He done it, probably ended up winning it by 5 and against some pretty handy horses. And he's got so much ability. He does, he still works himself up before the jump outs and the races, which hopefully a bit further into his prep he'll start to relax a bit. But such a promising horse with a big engine. There's a couple of races in mind. He'll go back to the trials Monday week at Bow Desert. Give him another nice hit out. Get a bit of that podge off his belly and get him a little bit fitter going into his second up run. Nice horse. Freeland, lovely filly. Got a lot of time for her. She had a 900 metre jump out the other day where she was really not even wound up or ready to do that. And she's got a bit of class about her. Haven't had much to do with the written buys, but if there's a lot like her, you'd be definitely trying to buy a few more of them. She's a nice horse. Circling. It was great to see him back. He's obviously one of our stable favourites. Tough. Young Jace had his first little steer on Circling, and he definitely said it was a bit different having a horse that knows what he's doing and one with a good turn of foot to try and stop before the home turn. But yeah, he did a good job on him, and it was good to see he also jumped out on. He's a hot foot as well, and he was another horse that was only over 900, having a little look around, but they were definitely warming up late, and he was doing good, the little fella, to try and hang on to him. But Circling was good, and he's a king. He'll maybe go to Bow Desert Saturday week. 1100 metre maiden, impressive, going really well. The horse has got a lot of ability. It's his time now to go to the races and show that he can do it at the races. I'm expecting him to run a big race first up. He was good the other day. That'll top him off perfectly for the run next week. And it was an absolute pleasure to do anything with it. The jump outs too, it made our life a lot easier. But they were all 5 really happy with them.
And obviously after a jump out trial or even a race, we often have our physio look at the horses, which is a major part of our weekly routine. It may be that we see a problem with a horse, or we just have a weekly maintenance, fortnightly or even monthly. So we thought that we'd get Joe on the show to explain a little bit about what he does when he treats the horses.
Yeah, he does a great job. Joe's been with us,
from the
start, and what we like when we go and have a massage or have a stretch, we do feel 100 times better, and that's what we try and do with these horses, get them moving as free as possible. They're like humans, they're a lot of different. Some don't, cop the workload, some do. It's just trying to make them as comfortable and happy as possible, and I definitely notice when Joe comes and has a look at the horses, you can see them moving a lot more free, and
the recovery is the biggest thing.
Yeah, and I think, olden days, not many people believed in it, but now it's like any sports team, you've got to have the physios in there to keep the boys ticking over, and that's like with our horses, we just want them 100% happy and healthy, and when they are like that, of course, they're going to run well. But yeah, I take my hat off to Joe. He's a good worker too. He's he's very knowledgeable and does a great job. This week we're going to do something different. We're going to introduce you to Jojo, the physio. Big part of our team, someone I've worked closely with since I started training. This is Big Beautiful Beauty Legacy. I'm a small person, but he is a big horse. He's a pleasure to do anything with, and after his first up run, Joe's kept a close eye on this horse, just getting his muscles moving, getting his body moving. Joe, tell us more about what you do as a physio.
Yeah, so I'm a qualified human physio firstly, and then done more study with the animal and the equine world. And it's like any athlete that you're preparing to compete and perform at their best. You want to make sure that you're ticking every box, and I'm here doing that. Adam, he sort of plays the role as a trainer, coach, etc. I'm here as a physio, working on range of motion, treating any pain, muscular tightness, and just getting him in the best shape and condition to go out and perform.
Do you, obviously this day and age, people are always trying new things to try and get an edge, but do you find that in the last, year or 2 years, your business has got bigger and bigger?
Yeah, it has. I think it's a reflection on the industry, like you said. People are starting to look at it differently, and really, people talk about horses being athletes all the time. I think people are now starting to see that and put it into practice, and you've only got to look at other sporting codes. You're a Broncos fan, that's a pity, but a team like that has a physio. The players are seeing him every week. Whether they're injured or not, it's to aid performance, and that's what we're working on here. We're not necessarily treating injured horses, we're aiding performance.
What's the first thing you do with, say this bloke was off to the races this week, he's not. Can you show us what you'd sort of do with him?
Yep, I've got a really
muscles.
standard assessment process, which is pretty simple, and then it's working through a horse. They're really easy to deal with because they've got a job they run essentially in a straight line, so we know the biomechanics and the muscular activity that they're going to use, so we focus on those things. Start it with the neck and then the front end. Forelimb stretches are brilliant, and then the add-on to this is I'll do this, and then I'll provide a report to Adam, and then there's other stuff they can do during the week, etc., so that the horses are getting managed outside of just the sessions I'm doing with them. So yeah, forelimb stretches, and then just work pretty much from the front to the back. And yeah, the horses, as a rule, enjoy it, and really easy to deal with. Good boy.
Hope that you got something out of the little insight into Joe. Obviously, we're going to hopefully show you more of the behind the scenes of the stable, so you get to know us and the routine and what goes on here.
Yeah, it's pretty full on all the time. We don't get much of a breather, but it's good. Obviously, the horses are our number one priority, and thanks for the feedback on last week's show. A few more people found out a little bit more about me, and I'll do one with Taylor soon, as she's rocking the ZP hat instead of the CR hat, so we know where her brand lies. So, but no, leading into a big week in Hong Kong too on Sunday. Can't wait for the race over there, and go the mighty Broncos and go Silver Warrior.